Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt Reviews. This is Chris, and today we're going to be doing a deep dive review of Pantasy set 85019, The Opera. I just recently built this set, and if you want to see the build, I'll have it linked here as well as at the end of the video. But I want to go into all the nitty-gritty details of this set and everything it has to offer. First of all, let's talk about the design. Now, when building this set, it was very obvious that this was designed by a professional or a group of professionals. It is obvious that a lot of thought went into the special layout and details of this set. Many times when I see or build non-Lego brick building product, they feel kind of generic and empty. That is definitely not the case with this set. There was so much thought and detail packed into this that I have to just explore it all with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the layout of this set. Obviously right now you're looking at the front of the set, and there is so much cool stuff packed in here on the front of this building. As we go around the back, one of my favorite play features here is they have these two bars on the back which give you the ability to open up the top of the opera so you can see inside. It has a very dollhouse playset type feel to it where you can really see deep inside of that opera house and all the cool detail in there. The roof easily pops off as it's attached by limited studs. So you can really open that up, move the figures around, and get deep into this set. And then of course the upper story will come off, exposing the first floor so you can see all the amazing detail downstairs as well. As for the build of this set, the build contains a whopping 3,518 pieces, and Pantasy gives an estimated build time of 360 minutes, 6 hours. This took me a little bit over 5 hours. Now I have to admit, I'm a little bit impatient, and I tend to build quite fast, trying to finish the set as fast as I can. The age recommendation Pantasy gives is 6+. Now I assume when they say 6+, they're talking about the age recommendation for playing with it, probably in consideration of all these small pieces it contains. If they're talking about an age consideration for building, I would definitely not recommend 6+. This is a fairly advanced build. I would say this is going to be best suited for an older teenager or an adult. I have a daughter who's right around 6 years old, and she's quite a good builder, but I can tell you right now she would not get through bag 1 of this set. But I could tell you on the flip side, she will have a blast playing with this because it has so many cool play features, and it's definitely set up as an awesome play set, even though the build is definitely a fairly adult build. Now I do want to mention in this, once I built the set, Pantasy did send me this extra bag of a few additional pieces. I was first a little confused by it, but what it is an upgrade kit. On the side of the build, they have some Technic style pieces here in order to attach this to the other modular buildings. And apparently this is an upgrade kit to make it better fit with the modular buildings that Pantasy has already created. If you do need one of these upgrade kits and you already have an opera, you can email global@pantasy.com, give them your order number with the subject line, the opera replacement pack needed, and they will send you one free of charge. I'll have that listed in the description if you need that for reference. As for detail, this set has so much. Obviously, the facade of this building is just packed with detail. All of the metallic gold mixed with white and all the sculpting of the different features. When you get in close on this stuff, you can see they pack things in here like these birds, these little columns, and just all the intricate little gold pieces that really bring this to life. I also like the technique they use on all these windows to really make them pop and give them a ton of dimension. And as we go inside the set, the detail really only gets better. This upper theater has so much cool stuff, just lined with gold for all these balconies. I love this brick-built base. That is just so cool and very creative. But the detailing along the stage, these balconies, the hallways, they really tried to pack as much in here as they could, and I think they did a fantastic job. When we go down to the first floor, we see all of this amazing art. Obviously, we have 2 spiral staircases, but we have these 3 paintings, one on each wall. Each of them has a statue in front of it, although this one's more of a vase. but just really cool way to showcase this art. And I love the surrounding greebling that they put on each of these pieces of art. Really, really highly detailed stuff. And then down in the middle, you have these two large sand green lanterns. And it's interesting the way that they were able to get all this stuff in on this relatively small room and make it all fit really well and make sense for the minifigs themselves. And then, of course, we have our roof detailing. This amazing giant glass dome and the chandelier stuck up inside of it. Really cool use of these gold pieces as well as this trans dome piece to give it just that finishing touch on top of the opera. Now, probably the most asked for thing when I talk about non-Lego brick building items is quality. So let's talk about it. It's my understanding that Pantasy uses Go Bricks for their sets. I haven't confirmed that, but I've heard it many times throughout the internet. And I've also just recently did a Go Bricks review, and the stuff is incredibly similar, if not identical, to the parts that I have experienced through the Go Bricks review. Needless to say, if this is Go Bricks or not, the quality is fantastic. It's really, really nice stuff. Of all of the non-Lego bricks I've seen, this is definitely right up there at the top. The connections are really well done. Everything has just the right amount of clutch power, where it's not too tight, but also not too loose. So it fits together just right with ease and does not come apart. Also, the colors in this set are very consistent and very good looking. Throughout the entire set, there's nothing that's mismatched, nothing that looks like it doesn't belong. It all has a very consistent look and feel. Now, in building this set, I wanted to be really critical of the connections of the pieces. So in all of these 3,500 pieces that go into this set, I did look at every single connection just to see how they feel and see if anything didn't feel 100% to me. In all of those pieces, I only found 2 connections that I wasn't 100% thrilled with. And keep in mind, I'm being pretty nitpicky here, but again, this is a deep dive review. I want to tell you guys exactly what I'm seeing. The first connection you'll find inside here, as well as up in the glass dome, and that is the flame into inkwell piece. This connection is a little bit tighter than I would like it. The flames have these little pins on the bottom, and the inkwells have a little hole in the top, and they slide together. It is just a smidge tighter than I would expect it to be. They do fit in pretty easily. I didn't really struggle with them, but again, I want a deep dive review here, and I want to show you exactly what I'm seeing. The only other connection that I didn't think was 100% perfect was up here in the chandelier. The instructions call for taking 6 of these round 1x1s and sticking them to the bottom of the chandelier. And they tell you to stick it right on this pin in the bottom. And I found that to be just a little bit too loose for my liking, so I actually moved them over just one and found it was a little bit tighter fit. Again, I'm being pretty nitpicky here, but it is worth mentioning. Other than that, in this massive build, everything else fits super, super nicely together, so I can't really complain. I think that the quality is absolutely amazing on this entire build and with these pieces. I should also mention, as far as quality, that nothing on this build is stickered. I know a very common complaint in the Lego world is stickers. People don't like them, they feel cheap, they come off, they're hard to install. Everything on this build is pad printed, from all the signage on the outside, all of the detail on the inside, on these windows, it's all printed, no stickers. So it's super nice quality. It's not going to fade or fail over time. And that is just extra attention to detail, in my opinion. One of my favorite parts of this set is the use of color. The front of this is just an amazing blend of this white with the metallic gold. And I think it really helps set the stage for what is inside this set. As you go inside, the usage of the light nougat for the walls paired with the dark orange and reddish brown for the floors works really well together. And then, of course, the pops of red, dark red, gold, and black really bring everything together and really emphasize the detail in this build. And I must say, probably my favorite part of the entire build is the diversity of the gold pieces included. The amount of metallic gold in this build is just amazing. And as somebody who always liked metallic gold parts and doesn't get enough of them, it was really satisfying to build with these. Now this set has a very unique feel, and it gives Pantasy its own unique identity. It is obvious that Pantasy uses a similar building system to all of its competitors, as builders have come to expect, but the uniqueness of this comes from certain design choices that really give it its own unique personality. A good example of this is the figures. The figures are quite different than what most brick building companies use, but they're unique in their own, and they are super nice quality. They have their own unique design and scale that plays into the build very well. And they give it almost an animated fantasy type feel. It's also unique how Pantasy can give this more of a childish play feature type feel, but with an incredibly detailed adult type build, which is really unique and I think something that makes Pantasy stand out in their own unique style. Now to wrap this all up, I have to say, I can't say enough good things about this set. I like to give honest reviews here and I like to tell my honest opinions, and this set is really remarkable. There is so much to offer here, and I think this is really, really a good look into what Pantasy can do and what their future sets are going to look like. And I look forward to being able to review more in the future. Between the design, the quality, and the detail, they have done a really good job making this set stand out, and I think this is an excellent product. I want to give a huge thank you to Pantasy for letting me review this and sending me this set. If anyone is interested in purchasing one of these, I have purchase info linked in the description, as well as a discount code that you can use to get a little savings on this set. If you want to support this work I'm doing, you can check out my Patreon page. I'll have that link in the description as well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.